Happy Friday! Happy Friday, guys! Today we're talking about chiropractic and sport. So we know it's the football finals, it's a lot of finals actually at the moment, so pretty exciting time for sport. So sport comes to mind with chiropractic because we do see a lot of people that come in for sporting reasons in here. So with chiropractic and sport, we know that when you're playing sport, it can be very competitive these days, especially for youth with all the rep football and all the other sporting rep teams that go on. We know that when we get out on the sporting field too, even for adults, that adrenaline can kick in, we can get a little bit competitive. So what we're going to be talking about here has a lot to do with injuries that sustain in sport and performance as well. So it's really interesting. In America, they're pretty progressive with chiropractic and sport. So let's look at their top sport, which is the American football. So we know that the American athletes in the football have around about a 77%, this is from research, usage rate of chiropractic care, which is pretty phenomenal. And that led us to sort of start to think and talk about, we wonder what the percentage is for our top athletes in, for example, like football. We know a lot of tennis players use it, golf players do, but we started thinking about soccer, league, union, AFL, and we wondered what the percentages of usage there will be, but there's no studies to show any of that yet. Australia hasn't done those studies.
Yeah, so hopefully that is something that is studied into soon. But what we do know, again, when we talk about chiropractic and its use in sports, it's not only just used for sporting injuries, but it's also seen that it can be really important when we look into prevention of injuries, also into sports performance, and also when we look at rehabilitation as well for different injuries. So it can be used for a whole process and a whole number of things as well when we look at it in relation to sport. Now, what we've actually found, and again, you probably would realise this as well, that sport, especially for our kids, is on the rise, and the amount and the intensity that they do in their training is quite rigorous these days. Now, again, when we look at our kids in relation to sport, we definitely want to keep on top of what is going on within their bodies and make sure that we are, firstly, letting their body work at their most optimum, but preventing any future injuries and helping with their optimum sports performance as well. Now, a study was actually done from Dr. Heidi Gorvik out of New Zealand recently, and so what this showed, it compared two populations of people, so people that had a single chiropractic adjustment and people that were going to the gym. And so what they measured pre and post exam was to see the change in strength in a single quadricep muscle, which should be the strongest muscle in our body. Now, what they showed is that the people that had a single chiropractic adjustment had a 13% increase on average in the change in their quadricep strength. Now, it took 3 weeks for the people who were going to the gym to see the same change on average, which is quite incredible to think of that.
Really good stuff.
Yeah. So not just looking at function, but also reaction time. So sport's massive in Australia. So, where we stand is, if you want to be assessed and see if we can help you improve your function, your ability to participate in the sport, try and help manage any niggles that are going on as well, and you want to be assessed, come in, have a chat to one of our chiropractors. We'd love to check you out. Sport's not just about the physical side, it's also about the social side. It's about getting the brain functioning properly. We talked a couple of weeks ago about how movement drives brain development. So movement is important, but we want to make sure that we're moving properly and our body can function to its full capacity. The other thing that's going on here at Little Sprouts in the Hunter Valley is coming up on Wednesday night on the 25th of September. We have a talking about the retained neonatal reflexes. Now, we've talked about a few of these over our previous blogs, so if you're curious, have a flick back. We've definitely done one around ATNR, we've done one around spinal gland, we've done one around STNR. But if you're keen to find out a little bit more, jump online to the Facebook page or give the girls a call and just get your name down on a list so that we know that you're coming.
It's a great
Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you guys next week.
No worries. Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
guys.
Bye.